we have time. So today's card, our meditation card for today is time. Time, time, time is on my side. Yes, it is. All right. Feelings, memories, and emotions rise and fall in the ocean of your heart. Like flotsam, they are surrendered to the shores of consciousness. A space clears and fills with light. The ocean in your heart is but a drop in the waters of creation. Beyond the boundaries of time and space, immersed, weightless, let go and be free. Time cannot impede the turning of the tide, the changing of a season, or the birthing of a star. Outside of time, this moment is forever. Forever is now. The illusion is lost. Be whole, be present, be timeless. Having worked with you guys as long as I have, I have the luxury. I have the luxury of learning from older people. You guys have done the rat race. You guys have pushed and moved beyond and expanded and contracted and expanded again. And then a lot of you have settled. So being around you is like, it's so comforting because you guys are done with a lot of this modern, the running. You're done with the running. And so I come in and I get to just take a deep breath into agelessness, timelessness, and contentment with a lot of you. Because, when you're at a certain age, contentment is hard to find. So I have to say thank you because so many of you have reached a point where you're content, and whether you know it or not, you share it. And it's such a gift and it's such a blessing. And I am grateful, so grateful to get to work with you guys because of that. So in this timeless space, let's plant our feet. Sits bones square, shoulder blades back and together. Crown of the head reaches up. Soles of the feet start to feel the mat. If you're sitting crisscross applesauce, use the backs of the thighs. Feel the weight of the body, feeling the energy as it travels down and settles in the lower portion of the body. Find a full breath. Sigh it out. Find one more. Loosen the jaw, release it out. And then with eyes with a fuzzy focus or closed, start to shift the jaw back and forth, side to side. Some jaws will click or grind or pop. And then pause the side-to-side motion, and then push the tip of the jaw forward, and then pull it back and in. Push the tip of the jaw forward, and then pull back, and forward, and pull back. One more time, press forward, and pull back. Big breath right into the back of the head, and then drop the chin into the tops of the collarbones. Contemplate all that is good and wonderful. Everything from freshly grown carrots to a fresh glass of water, shooting stars, and cool water up to the ankles at the beach. On the next breath in, the head rolls up, the right hand slides to the left knee. And just hold there. So take that left hand to the hip, and then we're going to breathe in and twist, and breathe out and slide forward. Breathe in and twist. Breathe out, come forward. Breathe in and twist. Breathe out, come forward. Let the breath go back to normal. Now on the next out breath, twist. So breathe in, out breath, find the twist. Breathe in, come forward. Out breath, twist. Breathe in, forward. Out breath, twist, and then hold here. Let the breath become normal again. Let that spine be tall and the muscles hug it from top to bottom. Inhale. Exhale. As you start to unwind, let that right hand drift to right knee, and then the left arm sweeps up and over. And act like you've got all day to do these motions. All day. There's a contentment here. Big breath. And then the left hand settles to the knee. Breathing in. Let it drift to the back of the head and drop the jaw into the collarbones. Go back to all that is good. Laughing grandchildren. Wiggling toes. Butterflies in the garden. And as the head rises, the left hand comes across, the right hand goes to the hip. Inhale and twist. Exhale, unwind. Inhale and twist. Exhale, unwind. Inhale and twist. This time, come forward. Let the body to have a regular breath. Breathe in deep. Exhale and twist. Inhale, unwind. Exhale and twist. Inhale, unwind. Exhale and twist. One more time. Inhale. Exhale, and then find that holding space. Check in with sits bones. Where is my weight? Where does the posture start? I say that a lot. So it's like, where does the posture start and where does the posture end? On the next out breath, the left hand comes to the left knee. That right arm comes up and over. Now, what I noticed on the other side is that all of my weight shifted into my left sits bone. So take the right sits bone and send it down equally into the mat or the chair as well. And notice how all of a sudden the stretch gets just a little more intense. Big breath. And then sweep the hand down to the knee, lean forward, belly into thighs, let the head hang heavy, and then take your fingertips. So if you're on the mat, you're gonna let your feet probably come out in front of you, maybe with the diamond legs, with the soles of the feet together. Beautiful. And then if you're in a chair, take your fingertips, put them right at the back of the skull and right at the point of the jaw. And just give yourself a little bit more weight from those arms. If you're seated on the floor, maybe the hands plant in the middle and you pull out of that sacral region just a little more. And when on the deep breath, you fold in a little more. Next time you breathe in, let the hands drift to the floor. Shake the head no. And then shake the head, yes. And then draw figure eights with the crown of the head on the floor. And then draw your figure eights the other way. My body can't figure out this 8.
And then pause. Find the breath. Hands to the knees. Roll that body up. Lean back into the chair. If you are seated on the floor, send the left leg out long. Bring the right knee up into the hands. Hug the belly into the chest. If you want to float that other leg up off the floor and bring the shoulder blades up and off the back of the chair too, awesome. So yoga is one of these timeless practices. It was thought for a long, long, long time that all these postures were thousands of years old. Come to find out, they're really only 150 to 180 years old. A lot of the big muscle work postures that we're doing. Shoulder blades back down, let that left leg drift. Full breath. Then grab the back of that thigh, extend that leg. So since these postures aren't thousands of years old, oh, it's this time-honored tradition, does it matter that they're only 150 years ago, 50 years old? To me, it doesn't matter. At first, it mattered. Now take that ankle, drop it across the top of the other, and just let that leg open. Find yourself some cactus arms and lift the heart space. Because what they found when they added the more pumped up postures, the warriors and the trees and the triangles, was that the action of the yoga started to work faster. They were getting it, they weren't having to sit for 8 hours. They could do an hour, hour and a half, 2-hour practice, and oh my goodness. Slide that left leg in, pull up and into the body so you have a floating figure 4. Lots of breath here. So they found challenging the body, not just settling in the body, worked way better. Breathe it in. Breathe it out. Settle it down. Sit up and through. Shift the hips back. Slide down to the floor again. Both feet out in front of you for a Paschimottanasana, for a forward fold. If you happen to be seated on a mat, both legs go out straight and just fold in. Next breath rolls you up. Shoulder blades in contact with the chair. There we go. Right leg stretches. Left knee comes in. Big breath. There we go. A little wind relieving posture combined with some hip opening. Lift that leg if you want to. Let it hover. Lift the shoulder blades. If you're too close to the edge of your chair, you might whoop whoop onto the floor. So make sure you're really anchored. Lots of breath. And then shoulder blades slide back. That leg comes down. Squeeze and then release it. Open up those arms again. Really spread those collarbones. Open up that groin space. And then pull that figure 4 up and in, going into that abdominal space. Let lots of air pass in and out. I wasn't specific. And then release to the floor. Grab the edge of the chair, legs out in front of you. One more time. Paschimottanasana, reach to the floor. Oh, I just realized I forgot something. Hands to knees. Roll it up. What did I forget? Oh, slide forward. Shoulder blades. Grab the back of the leg. Oh, hamstring stretch. Left leg. Yeah, I forgot the left leg stretch. That's okay. We'll throw it back in there. Thankfully, I'm not perfect. That'd be tough to live up to, eh? Then fold that leg down, shoulder blades back on the back of that chair again. We're going to take the feet, put them together. We've got our diamond legs going on. Hands to hips at first. So if you're seated on the floor, you know how to do this. Glue the soles of your feet together. Lift. Once you feel like you're holding and you're strong, then the arms can come up. But if you need to grab the backs of the legs, or you need to modify and you need to do all of these, beautiful. If you can keep those diamond legs, keep those diamond legs. And then sing happy songs to oneself. I always go in to this little light of mine. Knees roll together, grab the shins, pull to the belly. A little egg posture. If you're on the floor, you're just going to be balancing on the tip of that tailbone, toes on the floor or toes away. And then release those legs, sit up nice and tall, arms sweep up, and then climb the ladder. And we're just going to move away from those hip bones. Reaching and reaching. Beautiful. Both arms reach up. Interlace those fingers overhead. Press up through the backs of the wrists. If you want to flip the palms up toward the ceiling, you're welcome to. Doesn't work for all wrists. Breathe in. Breathe out. Flip palms back down and then bring this in front of the chest. All right. Unshakable trust. Fingers interlocked like Chinese finger puzzles, right? So this is a mudra that signals the body. Body, I got you. Soul, I got you. Heart, I got you. Doesn't matter what's coming at us. The nice thing is this is timeless. All we have is this moment. And I am unmovable. I am unshakable. My foundation is strong. Feel the soles of your feet here. Feel the bottom side of the body if you're on a mat. Anchor yourself. If you're an energy worker, drop a cord down. Hook into the core. Like roots, settle the body into the grasp of gravity. And then on the next breath, keep the fingers here, but turn to the right and just hold. The shoulders start to get tired. But we all know what tired is like. And I am firm. I'm strong. I'm grounded. Breathe in. Breathe out. Flip the palms out. Reach them up and over. Open the collarbones. If you can't reach all the way up, don't force it. Just hold. Allow gravity to do the rest. We spend so much time in our heads that we lose the sense of timelessness. And there's so many forces around us and within us that work without us even thinking about it. Trust in that. Sweep to the opposite side. Hold in that twist. All of your molecules bouncing into each other, moving in and through, expelling gases through the skin. All without thinking. One more time, flip those palms. Bring that energy up. Inhale. Exhale. And then sweep out and down. And just hold in this timeless space, in this unshakable body.
and this heart that is anchored in love. For those on a mat, you're going to roll onto your right side and strike a pose. You're going to strike a reclining Buddha, head in hand. For those in a chair, you're going to lounge to the side. If your chair has a sharp back on it, you may just need to keep the hand on the side of the chair. So we're going to lean this body in. We're going to sweep the upper arm up and over. So here's what happens. Either the hip sags back and I've got my back crammed into the chair, and then I try to lift using my quad. If it happens, it happens. Your quad will get stronger. The goal is to lift the outside of that left ankle and just hold. So if you're in a reclining Buddha posture, you're in that side lying posture, and just that left leg lifts, I don't know, 20, 30 inches off the floor. Strengthening this core so that it is part of that very strong foundation. Big breath. Elbow and knee come together in front of the body. If you're on the floor, make sure that you find a way to support yourself from rolling forward. Holding, breathing. Now, if it's possible for you, you're going to take that hand, sweep it to the ankle. That ankle's going to slide back, and we're going to hold in a bow posture. So you would be in the chair on the floor, feeling about like this. If you need a strap around the foot, find a strap. If you're just going to wave and say hi because you know it's still there, then wave and say hi. It doesn't have, you don't have to make contact with it. Breathing, loving, release, nice and long. One more time, breathe it in, breathe it out. And then if you're on the floor, you're going to roll through center either on your back or on your belly. Left side, here we come. Damn, go. Beautiful. There we go. So the backs of some chairs aren't so terribly comfortable. So make sure that maybe you can drop a blanket over this, and then that way it's not feeling yucky. Opposite side, reach up and over. Make sure both feet are weighted into the floor at first, and then lift that leg. Oh, this side doesn't work the same. Finding all of the breath so that you're really cleaning those inner spaces. All time is right now. That elbow and that knee slide together. Time and space merging. And us not wavering. Sure, grab for that ankle, and as you grab for the ankle, we're gonna really settle in. We're not gonna become unchangeable. That's not where I personally want to be. I want to be able to change and morph. But my foundation, coming from love, coming from a grounded place, took me a long time to find, but I want that to be constant. That leg kicks out, the arm kicks back over. Big breath. And then lift the body. Turn to the front of the chair. If you're on the floor, roll onto your seat. Lift. Arms go high. Paschimottanasana one more time. Sweep toward the toes. For those of you that are in a chair and you want more hamstring stretch, you could lift the tush up out of the chair and just straighten the backs of the legs. For those that aren't ready, not a worry. In every posture, get lost in the moment. Get lost in the timelessness. On the next breath, we roll up. Some are going to roll up to standing. Some are going to stay seated. If you're standing, simply bring those hands back together in front of the chest, interlace the fingers, unshakable trust. However, uncross and recross in the weird way, the way that makes you feel a little on the inside. So pull so that the shoulder blades become firm in the back. That posterior chain locks in around the sacrum, around the lumbar spine, the thoracic, the cervical, and the head just floats. Big breath in, big breath out. Arms open wide, right toes turn out. For those of you that are standing, triangle posture. For those that are seated, we're going to do a seated triangle posture. You can come to the edge of the chair and send that leg out. For everybody that's up, yep, for a standing triangle, we come down and in. But if you're in a chair, just reach. You could reach for the shin, you could reach for the toe, but we don't want to slide forward because that's going to pull us too far forward out of that SI joint. Big breath in, big breath out, rainbow up and back. You can put the hand on the side of the chair. You guys can put your hand on the outside of the thigh if you're standing. Breathe into this side of the body. Create the moment. This is like, we plan these functions and you're like, yes, and you're there and you're in the moment. Create the timelessness. Arms come back up to level and then back into unshakable trust. As you breathe in, envision about yourself what is unshakable. Go into the functionality of the body. What is unshakable? The structure of the body. Opposite side. You guys that are standing are just going to switch your leg. Those of us that are seated are going to shift, send a leg out, or keep it bent. Arms are going to open, and then we're going to shift down into the side. So this leg can be bent. This leg can go straight. Big triangle posture. Find the breath. Open the side of the body for more possibility in this moment. And then up and over we go. Reach for the outside of the chair, the other side of the body. Open. Breathing. Arms level off. Unshakable comes back in. Cross the opposite weird way. Shoulder blades together. Come right up out of that sacrum. Pull the spine up with the reach of the crown. Now go into your energy space, your soul space. What in there is unshakable? Separation isn't an unshakable thing. If you notice, that sense of together is still there. Open the arms wide, those legs walk together. Crumple forward, toe touch, forward fold. Big breath in. And then we're going to rise right back out of it. Press the feet down, roll the body up, reach with the hands. And then rotate right arm back. If you're standing, you're going to rotate the right arm back, the left arm forward. and you're just going to hold. Make sure that the weight is even in both feet. Big breath. Hands come together at the heart, unshakable trust. Bend the knees, press through, press the backs of the hands forward. So if you're seated, you're just pressing forward. If you want to rotate that unshakable trust, then rotate it forward. Breathe it in. Breathe it out. If you're standing, pull it back into the heart. Open, reach back with the left, forward with the right. Inhale. Exhale, hands come together first, then rotate, then press. Find that breath. So it's an Utkatasana squat, like you're dancing, you're slow dancing, maybe with one of your grandkids. I used to love to stand on my grandfather's toes on his shoes, and he would dance me around the kitchen. Breathe it in. Breathe it out. Toe touch. Hips high or stay in the chair. Head hangs heavy. Shake your head no. Shake your head yes. And then together we will rise. Knees bend, hands to thighs, collarbones lift. Everybody stands from the chair as long as it's appropriate. Open heart space, lifting. And find the moment. Be your soul, standing in your body. Occupy your body. Using the soul as the guide, not the eyes. Breathe it in. Breathe it out. Unshakable trust comes together in the center. We step wide. Turn to the right. Breathe it in. Turn your right toes out. Bend that front knee. Sweep the knuckles forward, 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 like I'm going to go right through Ori's shoulder blades, and then sweep up overhead. And 2 more times. Come down through heart center. Press the knuckles forward, reaching, then lift. 1 more time down to heart. Press. Lift. Let this take you up through the center. The right toes rotate forward. The left toes rotate out. Hands come down to the heart. Bend. Reach. Lift. Heart center. Reach. Lift. 1 more time. Heart. Knuckles come through. Lift. Hands come down, toes come forward. Find the moment. There are a lot of things pushing us, pulling us. We're moving constantly, whether it's a frequency of the sun or a frequency of something you're hearing on the outside of the house or through the walls of your condo or your room. There are things that are pushing us and pulling us. Turn on the TV. Whoo, that pushes and pulls. Bring it in. Knees bend. Press knuckles forward. Lift the knuckles. Pull it into heart. Press. Lift. Pull to heart 1 more time. Heart energy expands. It lifts, it shines, it pulls back in. Those right toes turn out. If you need your hand on the back of a chair for stability, go there. Please do. Arms open up. We've got our warrior 2 posture. Big jazz hands. So big, open, accepting palms in this moment, in this beautiful, timeless moment. Belly draws in, firm in that quad, knee over ankle, and then hands come together.
They sweep up overhead. Even if they stay nice and bent, lean back. Open greatly through that right side or the other right side, whichever right side you're on. Doesn't matter, we're going to do both. Then lean forward. Let the hands separate, straighten that leg back into that triangle posture. Breathing in, breathing out, hands come together at center. Be in your skin. All those thoughts pulling, pull them in. Be in your skin. I mean, do y'all know how hard that is for me? It's work. I understand. Toes come forward, opposite toes turn out. We bend that knee. And then big, like a supernova, across the universe. That frequency goes, that you just release it like from a giant satellite dish. Hands come together, sweep up, rotate back. Oh, there's the work for the breath. And then forward. Inhaling, exhaling, straighten the leg, open into your triangle. I just realized I'm like way out of the back of my triangle. Hands come together, the body comes up, and just hold. Toes come forward, heels come in. Family favorite here, goddess posture. Yep, all of us. We got the male, we got the female. It's all in us. If you need to swish to really get into that goddess, because now is the moment. Whoa, get all into it. Hunker down. Whoa. Yes. Or no. It's up to you. Big breath. Hands come together. Left heel slides out. The hands come down on top of that right thigh and just lean in. For anybody that needs a little extra go, a little giddy up, launch, lift. I'm gonna move my jaw out of Ori's way. There you go. Now she's just floating legs. She fell off the screen. Big breath. Back down we go through the center, slide the left heel in. Ooh, that right leg. Oh, yeah. Cosmic grill marks. You can do all of the fun things with the hands because we should. Because the wall behind us says that we should be cosmic. Timeless. Breathe in. Breathe out. Right heel slides out. The hands go to the thigh. Where'd you go? Where are you in your head? You in the moment. If you want to lift, slide, outside of that back ankle comes up. You squeeze that right bun. And then if you're up, you slide back down. You ground, then you come through. Heels in, toes out. Release. And really pull down into gravity. Connect with it. Yes. Yes. Pull the toes up away from the floor. Sit into it a little more. Even if you're here, boop, you just got a little demi-plie going on. Perfect. You want to feel that attraction to the earth. Breathe it in. Breathe it out. Hands together. Straighten the legs. Lift.
Flip those hands if you can. Turn the toes forward. Press the pelvis forward. Little back bend. And then through the center we go. If the hands need to come down in the chair, if you're still in the chair, you're simply going to come down and hold here. I mean, I love to do a forward fold into a chair. Man, I can get all down into that. So as you're settling in the moment, in the body, in the skin, be inside of your bones. Envision the inner workings of your bones. It looks a bit like a sink sponge. Got little micro holes in it. And almost quite literally, magic happens in there. In the center of what seems to be a solid bone, which is actually a web work of interconnected calcified tissues, you create blood cells, red and white, from the very core of your bones. You are being made. Breathe in. Breathe out. Knees bend. The body rolls up. If you've got blood pressure issues, come halfway up first, and then make your way up from there where you know you're safe. Let the collarbones spread when you come up. Settle in over the pelvis. Big breath. And then right toes turn out. We're still wide leg here. Right toes turn out. For those that need the support, you could put your forearm down on the back of your chair and you could reach over, apple picking posture. For those with knee issues, you can do a triangle here with support. For those that want to have the hand on the thigh, the elbow on the thigh, those that want to do the bind and pull in or open up and down the leg. But if we're over here over the chair, this is taking away the upper body weight from the pull of the SI down here. Arm might add too much, so it might need to stay at the hip. Be in your feet, then be in your knees, and then your hips, and then your breath. The body tips back up, releasing, unwinding, lifting, toes forward. Give yourself some circles. It's a little cosmic birthday gift. Circles. Yes, circles are necessary. Other direction when you're ready. All right. Other side, if you need to move the chair or just walk around, that's up to you. Left toes turn out. Remember that leg can stay straight, it can bend, but the knee stays right over the ankle no matter where you go. So hand here at the pocket, down the leg, arm on the back of the chair. Find support where you need support. If you're going to bind, wrap yourself up. Friend of mine, one of my besties from high school, her dad was the oldest of 12 or 11. He says they grew up, he was Catholic, and he says when he was a little guy, he used to go to mass, and he swore, as I said, you can wrap yourself up. He could swear they were saying, go wrap your nose up, go wrap your nose up. And he used to tell that story all the time. God, I love that man. So go wrap your body up. Next time you breathe in, unwrap your body. Let your body slide up. Come through to center. Find your unshakable trust. Feel the heaviness of your body. Notice if any of these energy centers have weight of their own. The heels draw in, and then we shift side to side. And then pause, straight legs, flip the palms, reach, toes turn forward, that pelvis presses forward again, little back bend, breathe in. Breathe out, sweep all the way down to the thighs, the feet, or the floor, or your chair. Shift through the hips. Find all the love. You know, that old adage, oh, more to love, more to love. Oh, I put on some pounds. Well, that's more to love. How about we just love more? Straighten the backs of both legs, really get into those hamstrings. Love those hamstrings. Own them, own the backs of the knees. Own that crease right below the glute and at the top of the leg. Own the space where you tipped forward from and into. Knees bend, the body slides up. Take time for the blood pressure to adjust. Expand into the heart and then settle down into the feet. Energy workers, those that know about your chakra system, drop that cord. Don't just drop the cord, drop it in and pull that magnetic center up toward you. On a breath and a sigh, decide whether you want to go down into a chair or back onto the floor. I'm going to go into a chair for those of you that are going back there. Ori's going to come down onto the floor. I'm going to move Ori's chair back though, because at the end of practice, if she wanted to throw her legs up into the chair for legs up the wall posture, yes, I suggest it. I believe in it. All right, so settle back in. Find your unshakable trust. And maybe it doesn't need to be so this time. Maybe first knuckles. Maybe we don't need to cling quite so hard. Some of us have had pretty rough lives. You know, as we look at it from certain perspectives, some of us have had absolutely blessed lives. You know, we've been over the speed bumps. We've been in the cosmic accidents. We've had all the weird decisions and settle. Forgiveness has taken place. Guilt and shame open the door, just like somebody else's cat that wanders into your kitchen. Bye-bye, and close the door. Settle into your soul. And then if you're in a chair, you're going to take your right leg up over top of the left. If you're seated on the floor, you're going to cross for a spinal twist. Right leg over the top of left. Yep, so the leg can stay here or it can cross up and over. Left hand grabs right knee. We're going to open. Use a full breath to really extend you from your seat up through the crown of your head. Arm drapes over. If it doesn't reach to drape over the back of the chair, you could grab for the upright. You could still go to the hip. But squeeze inner thighs together. That's going to pull the body right and left back into union. Inhale. Exhale. As you unwind, that right ankle folds open, the knee folds open, even if you're seated. We're going to reach up. So you guys are going to have a Janushirasana with that crossed leg, or the foot can come to the inside of the thigh. We've got this seated forward fold. If you're seated, contemplate the arch of the left foot. If you're on your mat, contemplate the arch of the back of the knee. Timelessness. Settling into that space. And when you're ready, slowly roll up. You may never be ready. Release the right leg. Shake out the legs. Give the hips a little bit of space. And then feet together, up and across with the left leg. Squeeze inner thighs together. Want to get all that cosmic energy gathered up in the center. Right hand on left knee. Sweep over the back edge of the chair. Or just like on the other side. Grab for the upright. Grab for the hip. Now all the molecules that are swirling around us, swirling and swirling and swirling, they're capable of having dust particles and moisture particles attached to them. And then that's how we see fog. That's how, dust storms happen. There's little fine microparticles attached to other things, and they get whisked up into the air. Imagine that all of a sudden, all the particles all around you were attached to something, and the room was just filled to the point that it almost looked like it was filled with fog. The eyes not able to fall on anything in particular, hard to see through it. As you unwind, breathe some of that in. When you exhale, blow through the molecules, watch them swirl, lean in. Because oxygen molecules and carbon monoxide and dioxide and helium, all these things, they have no sense of time. They're not sitting there with their little proton watches going, oh gosh, another electron moment has passed. Can you just see oxygen going, hey, carbon dioxide? Right. Is it time for, what is it time for? Bonding. Oh, it's time for bonding. That was the best joke ever. So, right, what is it time for? All those molecules, no sense of time. Next time you breathe in, roll up, staff posture for those of you on the floor. Both feet come out or down. Reach, pull belly button in, anchor. Anchor first. Drop the cord. Reach up to heaven. If you want your cord to go up to a host of angels and light beings, reach up. They have no concept of time. They're just here for you. And after the holding, fingertips come together in a light way, hooking knuckles maybe, and then reach forward and reach forward and reach forward. Roll down. One last forward fold. In your mind's eye, imagine
those molecules all around you. Add color or fog or any other kind of molecule to it that'll make it seem a little thicker so you can really imagine them. Breathe them in and whoosh them out. And then as you roll up, decide how you want to spend your Shavasana. If there's any posture that you need before you rest, make sure that you bring that into your system. Ori's got her legs up in the seat of the chair. I'm going to plant my feet, root my tailbone. If you're going to go down to the mat, throw something up under the legs. You know, have a child posture. Do whatever it is that you need to do. And slow the breath. And then taking our aloha symbol. So the ancients would say thumb and ring finger extend for Nadi Shodhana. I find that with folks with arthritis, that's very, I get a lot of, hey, I didn't like that. So we just use thumb and pinky. You're going to close down the right side of your nostril, or right side of your nose. You can breathe in. Breathe out through the left. In through the left. Close left with pinky. Breathe out right. In right. Close right out left. In left. Close left out right. In right. Close right out left. In left. Close left out right. In right. Close right out. In. Close left out. In. Release all doing. Let the breath return to normal. Settle into your timelessness. Be in the moment. Om Bhurabhuvasvaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Nyo Yona Prachodayat. Om Sahana Vavatu Sahana Bhunaktu Saha Viryam Karavavahai Tejasvina Vaditamastu Ma Vimshavahai. Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshvara, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Guru Namaha. Asatoma Satgamaya. Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya Mrityunamritam Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Our beautiful planet is timeless. Earth doesn't know what day or millennium it is. The calendar we follow means nothing to her. The calendar you follow is but one way of capturing the passage of time. It is a construction, a filter through which we perceive our age or measure our progress through life. The sunrise doesn't wait for an alarm to ring. Life isn't measured by ticks and tocks. How old would you really be if you didn't know your age? If there was no such thing as too early or too late, or one day or someday, would it change how you see yourself? There are no expectations of where you should be right now. No milestones, no losing, no winning any race. Time cannot impede the turning of the tide, the changing of a season, or the birthing of a star. Outside of time, this moment is forever. Forever is now. The illusion is lost. Be whole. Be present. Be timeless. Allow the breath to expand your chest. And again. And staying right where you are in this timeless moment. No popping up, no rolling around, just be. We can share our sounds right where we are. Belly breath, rib breath, and collarbone breath. Inhale into the belly. Breathe into the ribs. Breathe into the collarbones. Stay right where you are. No need to move. You and gravity have a snuggle. We love you all. We are grateful